Well, hello and welcome to another Mega Minute with Pastor Tommy. Today we're going to be talking about a passage from Isaiah chapter 40, verses 28 through 31. It says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." It's been said that the Christian journey, this idea that when we become a Christian, we're following Christ all of our life, it's like a race. But it's not like a short race, like a 50-yard dash or a 100-yard dash. It's more like a marathon. You got to think of a term, it's going to be a very long journey as we walk with Christ. And well, there will be times when we get tired. Well, speaking of running long distance, I want to show you my medals here. Now, these aren't actually my medals, only one of them is mine. These are my wife's medals. But she went through a phase where she enjoyed running and got into running half marathons and even ran a marathon. So if you check some out here, here's some from Seaside, a lot of them here in the Florida area, one from Nashville, one from Savannah, but all the way down here in the end, this one here, well, this one is when she ran her first full marathon. This was the Marine Marathon in DC. And so she trained for a long time to be able to run this race, and she got the medal. But I want to show you my one medal. This is my one medal from running here. So thinking about the Christian life and how it's like a journey, it's like a long distance run. This is the farthest I ever ran in a race. This one is called the Gate River Run over in Jacksonville, Florida. And the race was a 15K, so about 9.3 miles. So when you start out in a race like this, the first few miles, it's like you better run or you're going to get ran over, because there's 15,000 people in this race. So when the gun goes off, you take off. The first few miles are usually pretty easy because there's just thousands of people carrying you down the road. Then you get to mile 4, 5, and 6, and it starts to spread out, and you start to get pretty tired. Then you get to mile 6, 7, and 8, you're thinking, man, I want to quit. I'm done with this, right? Maybe take a break, maybe just sit down and get a rest. But for me, I wanted to run pretty much as hard as I could the whole time. And so I made it through miles 6, 7, and 8. But as we got to the last mile and a half of the race, about 9.3 miles, it crosses this giant bridge. And for half a mile, you go up this bridge, and you're thinking, man, am I going to make it? Am I going to finish? And then you get to the top of that bridge, and you can see the city. It looks amazing. And the breeze, the wind comes off of that river, and it just starts to push you downhill as you finish the race, down the bridge, come down the last mile. You're heading toward the stadium. There's thousands of people cheering you on. It's like you're floating. It's like you're flying to the end of the race. And I can remember that day as I got this medal. It says finisher. Now, I didn't win the race. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to finish strong. That makes me think of this passage in Isaiah. It's like even youths are going to grow tired and weary, and young men are going to stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. It says they will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So when you memorize this mega verse, this passage, I want you to think about this idea that the Christian walk, it's a long race. So pace yourself. And there'll be times you may want to take a break or sit down and take a rest, but just realize that God is right there with you, and He wants to give you the strength and be the wind that pushes you down that road as we continue on this journey as we follow Christ. And it's our goal that we all finish the race that He has set out before us. So He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Hope you have a good time memorizing this passage, and that you hide it in your heart, and that you do your best to run the race and to be a great finisher for the cause of Christ. Thanks again. Hope to see you next time here on Mega Minute.